Hey everybody, this is Brennan Williams with Soap and Water. I just wanted to show you the inside of the trailer. A couple people have asked me about how I set it up. So it's about 80% done. You got our gas tank mounted here. I'll probably put a ratchet strap on it, but for right now I got a bungee. See how that works out. I got the 8 gallon per minute Pressure Pro. I've double plumbed it so that it has all the water it needs. It starts with a 2-inch bulkhead coming down here. I put a little rubber connector there to help with the vibrations on all the fittings as we're going down the road. I've got a shut-off valve here to dump, and what's nice is actually by putting this flexible fitting here on the end, I can just use our shop vac hose, stick it in there, and run it out the back of the trailer as a way to dump the tank, and then I don't have to have a permanent piece of PVC here. So that's really nice. I like these shut-off valves. I haven't tested anything yet, so we'll see how much I like them after I test them. But they've got a really big handle on them, and I've got big hands, so those are really easy to turn on and off. I've got a pickup here for antifreeze for those cold nights. The 2-inch splits off into two 1-inch lines going into the bowl filters there, and then you can see I got it plumbed on either side going into the pump. It's suggested to use that spa hose, but this poly braided hose looks like it's pretty sturdy, so I'm gonna stick with it for now. Got the bypass running into the top of the tank. You want to run it on the opposite side of the tank as your bulkhead so that you don't end up with sucking air into your machine. Here is the Hudson float valve coming from my hose reels over here. One thing that I really like is I had a custom bracket made. You can see it up here. I had a custom bracket made so I could hang my Titan hose reels from the ceiling of the trailer. That leaves all this floor space down here. This space up here would have been basically unusable. So I'm gonna put my roof cleaning kit down here. I'm gonna get a Bandit and stick it under there. And what's also kind of cool, I don't know if I'll ever use it, but in this bracket here, I just had these, I had a hole drilled, and I'm using these little locking pins to lock it into place. It's pretty sturdy without them, but obviously I don't want this moving around. But if I ever need to move this hose reel, all I gotta do is undo these locking plates, and I can slide these hose reels all the way to the door. So if I want to reconfigure things, that's kind of nice. And that's why I left this extra hose on here to the Hudson float valve. So anyway, here's my downstream injector, and I've got it permanently plumbed into this tank here. I'll use a double injector once I pick one up, and then I'll have the ability to shut this one off and run it just into a bucket if I need a different strength mix. But I'm gonna plumb my my roof cleaning kit up to this, and then you don't have to mess with bleach quite as much. I just put this little organizer on the floor here just inside the door, so the guys can just open up the door, and they've got nozzles, they'll have O-rings in here, a water key, a couple J-rods, crescent wrench. Here's where we'll keep our guns. And then over here I made some brackets for some milk crates, and it fits perfectly 5-gallon buckets, but also the larger square containers that you get some of your chemicals in. The square 5-gallon containers, they fit right in there. So we got that going on. Everything's bolted down with washers. So these things are gonna be nice and sturdy. And then I got one piece of PVC up here to hold our extension poles for gutter whitening and things like that. So that's the trailer.